All right. I'll bring the mics down.
All right.
Microphone cued. Live.
Hersom Acorn Newspapers, publishers of the Greenwich Post, New Canaan Advertiser, the Darien Times, the Ridgefield Press, the Weston Forum, the Wilton Bulletin, the Reading Pilot, the Lewisboro Ledger, the Monroe Courier, the Eastern Courier, the Trumbull Times, Fairfield Sun, Shelton Herald, the Stratford Star, the Milford Mirror, and the Valley Gazette.
Hersom Acorn and HANradio.com. The leader in local news, sports, arts, and entertainment in southwestern Connecticut.
This is your coffee break on HANradio.com.
It's Monday, April 27th, and this is your coffee break presented by Stratford Orthodontics. I'm Kate Chaplinsky in a very special location today with Josh Fisher and Rob Adams. In case you're watching us for the first time on the Hersom Acorn Network, this is not what our Shelton studio looks like. We are in Ridgefield today.
Yeah, this is not exactly the home office, Josh. We're in a bit of a different site at Deborah Ann's Sweet Shop right on Main Street in Ridgefield. It's a great place,
Oh, it's
beautiful place. And we'll visit with Debbie later in the show.
We had to come down here because John Kovash and Don Eng are building the new studio in
Yes.
Shelton today.
That's right.
So,
Teamwork, guys.
yes.
We're super excited to be here. We're going to be talking a little bit more. I mean, if you don't know anything about Deborah Ann's, homemade chocolates, ice cream, gift shop. It's a cool, great community place right on beautiful Main Street in Ridgefield. But Josh, let's get into some traffic and weather this morning. What's going on out there?
Sure, Kate. Some planned road work today in Darien on I-95, southbound between exits 13 and 10. That's a 2-mile stretch. There'll be road work today until 2 p.m. The left lane is closed there. Moving more into the Ridgefield area, up north of where we are right now on I-84 eastbound between exits 3 and 5. In Danbury, there's road work today until 3:30 p.m. The right lane is closed. And then a little further down the road, or farther down the road on I-84 up there in Southbury, there's road work in the east on the eastbound side also between exits 14 and 15. It's in effect today till 3:30 p.m. The right lane is closed. Checking the weather right now, it's 53 degrees right outside the windows here in Ridgefield. A little breezy and overcast today. There'll be isolated showers afternoon. Cloudy with a high near 59. Northwest winds of 11 to 14 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. Tonight, some more isolated showers before 9 p.m. Mostly cloudy with a low around 42. And that northwest wind will keep up at 11 to 13 miles per hour. Chance of rain overnight is 20%. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 63. Winds up around 16 miles per hour. Tuesday night, mostly clear with a low around 41. Northwest wind 6 to 9 miles per hour. And on Wednesday, expected to be sunny, high near 69.
Nice.
So some good news as the week moves along.
Yeah, very good news. Well, getting into some news this morning. A Bridgeport man died early Sunday after a crash on the Merritt Parkway, which was one of 2 accidents in a short period of time, which closed the highway for hours. 27-year-old Jesus Rivera of Bridgeport died after his 1999 Honda Civic was rear-ended by another car in the southbound lane at around 1:43 a.m. in the morning, forcing the vehicle to the right shoulder of the roadway. Rivera was trapped in his car and later taken to St. Vincent's Medical Center, where he died of his injuries. 26-year-old Jonathan Rosa Whitlock of Bridgeport, driving a 2015 Subaru Impreza, hit Rivera's car, causing both to go out of control, police said. A passenger with Rivera, 22-year-old Jessica De Silva of Bridgeport, was taken to Bridgeport Hospital and treated for serious injuries. Rosa Whitlock's car landed in the middle of the roadway, forcing a shutdown of the parkway. He was taken to Bridgeport Hospital and treated for non-life-threatening injuries, police said. Traffic was diverted off the parkway as a result of the crash. A short time after that first accident, a second crash occurred involving a state worker near the Sikorsky Memorial Bridge around 3:37 in the morning. Denise Garcia, 24 of Trumbull, driving a 2011 Toyota Corolla, struck a State Department of Transportation vehicle. The state worker, who was 54-year-old Kevin Hallerhan of West Haven, was injured and transported to St. Vincent's Medical Center for serious injuries. Your coffee break time is 11:15.
Milford police issued an arrest warrant for Lori Merritt, 45, of New Haven, last week after they concluded an investigation into a February complaint of a larceny and embezzlement of money from Walsh Construction, which is at 500 Bick Drive in Milford. Police accused Merritt of taking $32,847 by signing her supervisor's name on company checks while employed as an office manager. Merritt is charged with first-degree larceny, second-degree forgery, and criminal impersonation. She was released on a promise to appear in court on May 12th. Kate?
Thanks, Josh. Well, a Danbury High School science teacher faces arraignment charges of sexually assaulting one of her students. According to an arrest report, 24-year-old Kayla Mooney was charged March 31st after an investigation into a complaint she made to school officials that she was being harassed by the boy's girlfriend. Police say the boy involved told them about the sexual relationship, and they confirmed parts of his story after obtaining emails that he and Mooney exchanged. She was placed on administrative leave in February after the school contacted the State Department of Children and Families. Mooney faces arraignment Monday on charges of second-degree sexual assault and distributing alcohol to a minor. Mooney has not commented on the allegations. A message-seeking comment was left for her attorney, William Westcott. Coffee break time is 11:18.
An estimated 3,000 people spent Saturday afternoon at Jonathan Law High School celebrating the life of Marin Sanchez. Marin died last April 25th after being stabbed at her school on what would have been her junior prom day. School Superintendent Dr. Elizabeth Fesser spoke to about 650 people getting ready to take part in the Marin Sanchez 5K, which before the event kicked off, she said, "We look more often than not to adults as our role models. And yet it is Marin Sanchez, a 16-year-old Jonathan Law High School student, who has brought us here today to celebrate life and to remind us of what is most important to our survival as individuals, as a community, as a human race: joy, laughter, peace, and love. It is Marin, a fun-loving, gifted teenager who has rallied this community, young and old, individuals, businesses, churches, government, citizens from across Milford and beyond. The idea for Saturday's event, Peace, Love, and Music for Marin, came from Marin's mother, Donna Cromali, who wanted the community to focus on that unique spirit that was Marin. People throughout the day sat on the lawns listening to bands, sampling food off of a number of food trucks, playing kickball or bouncing in inflatable bounce houses. Ray Vitale, who was manning the table for the Milford Prevention Council, speculated that so many people turned out for the event because they wanted to pay tribute to a young lady who was the core of what education is all about. Marin was a good student, and she took part in sports and drama. She enjoyed music and art. Vitale, who was also a city alderman and former Board of Ed member, lamented the fact that her life was cut so short. He said, "What she could have contributed would have been phenomenal." I know that Audra Napolitano, who's on our staff in our production department, participated in the 5K on Saturday.
Oh, great.
And
Yeah.
I saw some pictures of hers on Facebook. It looked like they had a great crowd and a nice
Yeah, the
touching
turnout for
tribute.
that is amazing.
Can't believe it's been a year.
I can't believe it's been a year. I mean, we've talked about that. We remember when that story broke. We were in the Ridgefield studio. Just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in some more positive news, Ridgefielder and New York Times reporter Mike McIntyre was a finalist for a Pulitzer Prize with his colleague Walt Bogdanich. They were recognized for what the Pulitzer Committee described as stories exposing preferential police treatment for Florida State University football players who are accused of sexual assault and other criminal offenses. McIntyre and Bogdanich were finalists for the Pulitzer in National Reporting, a $10,000 prize awarded this year to Carol D. Leonig of the Washington Post for her, quote, smart, persistent coverage of the Secret Service, its security lapses, and the ways in which the agency neglected its vital task, the protection of the President of the United States, the Pulitzer Committee said. The other finalists in that category were Marissa Taylor, Jonathan Landay, and Allie Watkins of McClatchy newspapers for their, quote, timely coverage of the Senate Intelligence Committee's report on CIA torture, demonstrating initiative and perseverance in overcoming government efforts to hide the details. The series on Florida State football by Bogdanich and McIntyre also won a National Associated Press Award for Best Investigative Sports Reporting. McIntyre was also a member of the New York Times team that won a Pulitzer in 2009 for coverage of the downfall of New York Governor Eliot Spitzer. McIntyre said the four-story series that nearly got another Pulitzer this year began with work by Bogdanich. Josh, we are due for another look at the roads.
That we are, Kate. Just some planned work today on I-95 southbound in Darien between exits 13 and 10. The left mile is closed for that 2-mile stretch. And then on 84 here, exit 3, which is the exit for Ridgefield off 84. From there to exit 5, which is 2 miles in Danbury, the right lane is closed until 3:30 p.m. today. And farther down, I-84 in Southbury between exits 14 and 15, the right lane is closed until 3:30 today. Right now it's 54 degrees outside and fair here in Ridgefield. This morning we're coming to you live from Deborah Ann's Sweet Shop.
Ooh, we might get to try some of those sweets later in the show.
I hope so. Today, expect some isolated showers in the afternoon. It'll be cloudy with a high near 59, northwest wind of 11 to 14 miles per hour. Chance of rain today is 20%. Tonight, isolated showers before 9 p.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 42. Tomorrow should be mostly sunny with a high near 63 and winds up to 16 miles per hour. Tuesday night, mostly clear with a low around 41. Wednesday is when it really will start to feel like May, even though it won't quite be May yet. But sunny, high near 69, northwest winds 6 to 9 miles per hour. You're watching Coffee Break on HANradio.com and streaming live on the Hersom Acorn Network. We'll be back after this.
Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram with one of the largest.
Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center. Browse our websites, scapchryslerjeep.com or scapdodge.net to find the new Jeep, Chrysler Dodge car, minivan, or Ram truck you've been looking for. Just 2 miles from both I-95 or the Merritt Parkway exit 44. Save thousands at the award season event. Now for
Child has fallen and broken his arm. You need to see an orthopedist fast. Think Coastal Ortho Express in Norwalk. Don't wait hours in the ER. Save a trip and money by going straight to an orthopedic specialist at Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care in Norwalk. No appointment necessary. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, 203-845-2070. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or call 203-845-2070. Fast.
Spring is finally in the air and our favorite season is upon us. The Dock Shop is all geared up with a great selection of fishing tackle, custom fishing rods, and all the latest accessories to replenish your tackle box. The Dock Shop has also just brought out the newest spring fashion apparel from Montauk Tackle, Altered Latitudes, Kaylee Smith, and Margaritaville Apparel. Need some new foul weather gear for those chilly spring mornings? The Dock Shop is loaded up with Grundens and Stormer in a variety of styles and sizes. Ladies, we've got you covered as well with spring apparel and the newest designs of coastal jewelry, bags, and accessories. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, Connecticut. Visit us at dockshop.com.
Healthy, confident smiles begin at Stratford Orthodontics. Conveniently located on Main Street, we are Stratford's hometown orthodontist. We offer the latest in orthodontic technology, including Damon braces and Invisalign. We always accept new patients. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation. 203-375-8332. Stratford Orthodontics, 2499 Main Street, Stratford. 203-375-8332 and online at stratfordsmile.com.
Alliance. We are an industry leader in coordinating transportation for large events such as corporate road shows, conferences, and special events. Our team of experts understands the dynamics and logistics of high-pressure situations and complex arrangements, all within a rapidly changing environment. Since 1999, we have added charter jets, event management, and personal protection to our range of services. Mention this ad for $25 off your next round-trip reservation. Alliance and you. Together, we can achieve the extraordinary. 855-546-6996 or alliancelimo.com.
Hersom Acorn and HANradio.com.
Welcome back to Coffee Break. here at Deborah Ann's Sweet Shop on Main Street in Ridgefield. We're hoping to turn this into a little bit of an ice cream and chocolate break a little bit later.
Yes.
Today, Debbie's going to join us on air along with Kate Chaplinsky and Rob Adams. I'm Josh Fisher, filling in for Don Eng and John Kovach, who are building our new studio in Shelton today. And here to do her best Don Eng impression with a history update is the lovely Kate Chaplinsky.
All right. 1509. Pope Julius II excommunicated the Italian state of Venice, believing, I'm sorry, I'll read it for real, believing believing the papacy's temporal power to be essential to its spiritual authority, because we all know what that means, he was determined to recover control over the whole territory of the papal states, which had been partly gnawed away by rivals, such as the Republic of Venice. Julius, by the way, is the same pope who authorized a young sculptor named Michelangelo to paint the ceiling of his private chapel. In 1667, the blind and impoverished John Milton sells the copyright of Paradise Lost for £10. In 1777, American Revolutionary War, the Battle of Ridgefield. A British invasion force engages and defeats Continental Army regulars and militia irregulars at Ridgefield, Connecticut. So appropriate we're here today. Happened right in front of us.
Yeah, right here on Main Street. They burned down St. Stephen's Church, the British did, which is just the edge of the block here next to Deborah Ann's where we are.
It's amazing. In 1805, a force led by the U.S. Marines captured the city of Derna on the shores of Tripoli. The Marines' hymn commemorates that victory. In 1861, U.S. President Lincoln suspended the writ of habeas corpus. In 1861, West Virginia seceded from Virginia after Virginia seceded from the Union during the American Civil War. In 1947, Babe Ruth Day was celebrated at Yankee Stadium. Ruth, like Lou Gehrig before him, knew he was dying, and the Yankees brought him back to give the fans a chance to say goodbye. Ruth died of throat cancer the following year at age 53. Rob Adams, obviously you perked up at that.
Yeah, well, they brought him back in 1948 one last time, and that was actually the last time he actually put the Yankee uniform on. There's a famous picture, beautiful picture of him shot from behind with that famous number 3. So he did come back one more time officially on the field for really what was the 25th anniversary of Yankee Stadium.
You know why he was shot from behind in that picture?
I've read that story.
The photographer showed up late. All the other,
you could
see all the other photographers standing,
yes.
Kneeling, and I forget who the photographer was, but
Nat Fine.
Yeah, he showed up. He showed up late.
Yeah,
and
it's iconic.
Yeah, right.
It's a great picture.
Right place, right time.
Well, in 1986, the city of Pripyat, as well as the surrounding areas, are evacuated due to the Chernobyl disaster. Some of the haunting photos of the ruins show an unfinished amusement park. That park was only open for one day, the day of evacuation, as the city leaders tried to cheer up and distract the children that were being forced to leave their homes. 3 firefighters in the incident were later named heroes of the Soviet Union for their efforts to fight the fire and shut down the reactor despite not having radiation suits or respirators. All of them died within a week and are buried in lead-lined coffins. In 1989, student protesters took over Tiananmen Square in Beijing. In 2006, in New York City, construction began on the 1,700-foot Freedom Tower on the site of the former World Trade Center. Oh, and we don't have a video for this, but in 1810, Beethoven composes For Elise. The score was not published until 1867, 40 years after the composer's death in 1827. It is not certain who Elise was. Some have suggested that there could have been a transcribing error and that the original work may have been named for Therese. Oh, I bet she was pissed about that. A reference to Therese Malfatti, a friend and student of Beethoven's, to whom he proposed in 1810, though she turned him down because she was probably mad about the song. But
you sure we don't have a video from 1810 of that?
Oh boy! So that's history. How'd I do?
You did pretty well. The Don Egg impression was very good
Like
at the
it.
beginning.
Thank you.
Yes.
That was well done.
Thanks, Don, for writing that. We appreciate it.
To save that for the Christmas party. And now it's time.
I got to change
music's
the music.
Kind of nice,
yeah.
though, but
I do love For Elise.
Rob, and we're I know we have a big game coming up here later today in Ridgefield.
We do.
And there were some big games on the Hearst Bank, big game on the Hearst Bancorp Network over the weekend.
Yeah, we'll start there, in fact, in boys lacrosse. You heard it and watched it right here on the Hearst Acorn Network as Greenwich beat New Canaan 13-10 on Saturday at Dunning Field. The Cardinals were led by Will Perry with 4 goals, while Michael Sands and Kevin Moriarty chipped in with 3 each for Big Red. Michael Krause had 5 to lead the Rams, while Ryan O'Connell added 3. So great win for the Cardinals and a little bit of a tough loss for the Rams, but it just goes to show the balance of power will be very interesting in the FCAC as this season goes along in boys lacrosse. Also, Staples beat Norwalk 12-5. We shift over to baseball. A 4-run rally in the bottom of the 6th inning lifted Norwalk high to an 8-7 decision over Trumbull on Saturday. Norwalk improved to 7-1, 6-0 in the FCAC. And a trivia question, ladies and gentlemen. Where did Norwalk suffer their one loss? Josh Fisher knows the answer.
Cooperstown. Doubleday
Bingo!
Field.
We had it right here a week ago. In any event, Trumbull is 3-4, 2-3 in the FCAC. Ed McCabe homered, doubled for the Bears, while Dave Balyanek had 3 hits, including a 2-run homer. Trailing by 2 in this 7th inning, Bunnell High's baseball team battled back to walk off with a 5-4 win over visiting Notre Dame of Fairfield on Sunday. The Bulldogs scored the tying and winning runs with 2 outs. Justin Lasco drove in the decisive run with a single to left field. 2 batters earlier, Brian take 3.
You can do it.
Valeriano.
Get this man a truffle.
Truffle, please. Stat. Worked the count full and fouled off several pitches before cracking a game-tying single to left center field. Aaron Rios drew a full count walk after that guy I mentioned before stole second base, setting up Lasco's deciding knock. Played it safe on that one. Wilton beat Trinity Catholic 2-1. What this says, boys and girls, is we need to get games with this young man's name in it so I can pronounce it even more, and practice makes perfect. Pomperog shut out Greenwich 8-0 in softball. We shift over to girls track and field. The St. Joe's High girls track and field team finished 13th in a field of 30-plus at the O'Grady Relays at Danbury High School on Saturday. Scoring points for the cadets was the triple jump relay team of Jada Harris, Mariah Provenzano, and Sofia Jagos Sedel that won the gold medal. The shot put team took 4th place as well, and 300 hurdle team finished 4th. The javelin team finished 6th. In boys golf, it was New Canaan over Danbury 6-1, and Dr. Craig Poison has been named the Springfield College Director of Athletics, according to President Dr. Mary Beth Cooper. Dr. Poison is a Bunnell High graduate, has more than 2 decades of athletics administration experience, spending the previous 19 years as a member of the Springfield College athletics staff and professor of physical education. Josh mentioned a big game today. We've got baseball for you on HANradio.com. Right here from beautiful downtown Ridgefield. As we have it here on the Hearst Acorn Network, New Canaan travels to Ridgefield to play the Tigers. Game time 4 o'clock. Josh and I will have the call. Among your other baseball games, Norwalk at Greenwich, Trumbull at McMahon, West Hill at Ward, Bassick is at Central, Harding at Staples, Darien at Trinity Catholic, Danbury at St. Joe's, Stanford at Wilton. We can go through the rest of the schedule if time allows later in the show. But that'll do it for sports for now. With sports, I'm Rob Adams, in need of a truffle and some ice cream. Coffee break time, 11:34.
Thanks, Rob. Well, getting back to some news. A 17-year-old Connecticut girl forced by the courts to undergo chemotherapy for her cancer against her will has finished that treatment and is expected to be released from the hospital. Now, this is a story we've talked about before when this was breaking. The teen, identified only as Cassandra C., told the Associated Press that she is being released from the Connecticut Children's Medical Center today. Doctors said her Hodgkin's lymphoma, diagnosed in September, is in remission. On Friday, Cassandra posted photos after having the ports used to administer the chemo removed from her body.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm glad she's doing well.
So, Lawrence Kudlow, also known as Larry Kudlow, CNBC's senior contributor and a radio host of the nationally syndicated Larry Kudlow Show, told a rapt audience Friday night in New Canaan that the key to a Republican victory in the 2016 presidential election is to focus on issues and answers, not taking potshots at Hillary Clinton. The guest speaker at the 9th annual Lincoln Reagan dinner, organized by the New Canaan Republicans and held at Darien's Woodway Country Club, was firm in his belief that a Republican candidate could be victorious, pointing out deficiencies in the Obama administration. Kudlow said, quote, "Nationwide, we have a bunch of talented Republicans, which is different from 2012. but we're not going to win by snarking and attacking Hillary Clinton. Whether or not she is guilty of cash contributions, what the New York Post calls quid pro dough, remember this: every time some young Republican leader takes a whack at her, you're turning off a dozen young women who admire her. My advice is to speak to the nation with a clear vision, focus on issues. Hell, the New York Times is ripping Hillary on its front page every day. It doesn't get any better than that, so just let the Times do it. End quote. Several hundred people attended the Lincoln Reagan dinner, which is the Republican Town Committee's primary fundraising event in New Canaan. It provides money to help elect Republicans on the local, state, and national levels, and also is the annual meeting of the New Canaan Republicans. New Canaan First Selectman Rob Malazzi III and his wife Elizabeth served as honorary co-chairman this year. A 1-hour cocktail social was followed by a sit-down dinner. RTC Chairman James McLaughlin followed the meal by thanking all those who made it possible, then introduced Kudlow. Coffee break time, 11:36. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back with Debbie to learn about what she has to offer here, as it's now springtime, on in Ridgefield and everything. So you're watching Coffee Break here on HANradio.com and streaming live on the Hearst & Acorn Network. We'll be back.
It's Lots of Characters, specializing in children's birthday parties with your child's favorite characters. When you want to party hardy, when you need to celebrate, call us, we won't be late. We help create lasting memories for you and your child on their special day. Call us at 203-590-1791 or visit our website at lotsofcharacters.org for more information and to see our party packages. Lots of Characters, 203-590-1791 or online at lotsofcharacters.org.
Located in the heart of picturesque downtown Ridgefield at 13 Governor Street, Colby's is the area's premier retailer for blinds, shades, shutters, and draperies, and is one of the select few Hunter Douglas Gallery dealers. A family-owned and operated company, Colby's experienced staff will work with you in choosing the best treatments for your home or office and offer free measuring and expert installation. Colby's also carries an extensive line of decorative fabrics including Schumacher, Durley, Tebow, and more. Or browse over 400 books in our wallpaper library from famous designers such as Stroheim, Schumacher, Ralph Lauren, Tebow, and York. Take advantage of our Fashion in Motion savings event with savings and rebates on Hunter Douglas shades with PowerRise technology. Colby's of Ridgefield. We are committed to your complete satisfaction. 203-438-8531.
Spring is finally in the air and our favorite season is upon us. The Dock Shop is all geared up with a great selection of fishing tackle, custom fishing rods, and all the latest accessories to replenish your tackle box. The Dock Shop has also just brought out the newest spring fashion apparel from Montauk Tackle, Altered Latitudes, Kaylee Smith, and Margaritaville Apparel. Need some new foul weather gear for those chilly spring mornings? The Dock Shop is loaded up with Grundens and Stormer in a variety of styles and sizes. Ladies, we've got you covered as well with spring apparel and the newest designs of coastal jewelry, bags, and accessories. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, Connecticut. Visit us at dockshop.com.
It's easy to advertise on HANradio.com. Reach 263,000 listeners each month with our sports programming and talk programming. Call Marianne Hersom at 203-417-5199.
You're listening to Hersom Acorn Radio.
Oh, because
This is your coffee break on HANradio.com. I'm Kate Chaplinsky on beautiful Main Street in Ridgefield at Deborah Ann's Sweet Shop. And I'm sitting here with Deborah Backus. Rob Adams is also hanging out with us. And we are live streaming on the Hersom Acorn Network right now. And we're excited about it because we're going to try some of the goodies that you offer here, Deborah. But first, how long have you been in business?
Well, thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us today. It's really fun having you here. We've been here in Ridgefield for 16 years, almost 17.
Wow.
Making our own chocolates. then recently we started making our own ice cream and putting some of our chocolates into our ice cream and just having a lot of fun here in Ridgefield.
Good time of year for it because, you know, Mother's Day is right around the corner.
Mother's Day is. We have some homemade chocolates. A lot of people know what they like and come in and pick their own, but this is our 1 pound assorted box, so I thought maybe you would like to pick what you like.
That's like chocolate art. I want the DA because I just love
solid.
that.
You just like solid chocolate.
I'll take
There
it.
you go.
I'll take it. That's gorgeous. And where are these made?
We make all our own chocolates here, and we have another kitchen in Brookfield where we have a lot more space. We have a couple ladies up there who help us out, so we can make all this fresh. It's a lot of variety, so it takes a while.
What would you say some of the favorites are?
Some of our favorites are homemade caramels, our hand-rolled truffles, toffee, butter crunch is really popular. But everybody has their favorites, so
yeah,
you never know.
Oh my goodness! And now, perfect also for this time of year is the ice cream component that you guys have, and that's homemade as well, right?
We make all our own ice cream right here behind you. It's a lot of fun too. Sometimes we stick chocolates in them. We have a mint patty that we put our mint patties in.
Ooh.
And then we try to do some fun flavors seasonally and for special occasions. So this weekend, Ridgefield is having a spring stroll in town.
Which is new.
It's new. It should be a lot of fun Friday night from 5 to 9. So they're doing some specials at all the restaurants, kind of Caribbean themed. So they asked us to make a special ice cream. So I want you to be the first to try.
I would love to try
our
this.
Key lime
ice cream.
Key lime ice cream with some graham cracker
I was going to say there's something in
to
there.
make it a little
Graham
bit like the
cracker
pie.
crumbs. Oh, wow.
I put 2 spoons in case you want to try some too.
I'm all about that. All right.
Oh my gosh, that is so delicious.
It's a lot of fun to
and it's a
try
nice,
new
like,
stuff.
springy. I mean, it's a very nice
It's perfect
summer
for
spring
so
flavor.
we'll have it not starting on Friday night for the stroll, but then we'll have it,
Oh my goodness.
probably at least through June.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
And if anyone's ever been
That's
to the
phenomenal.
holiday stroll in Ridgefield, you know how wildly popular that is.
Holiday stroll is, yes,
Yes.
crazy. Lots of people out.
Lots
so
of people.
hopefully we'll get people. The weather's nice. There's going to be street performers. All the stores should be open late till 9 on Friday. So we are always open late on Fridays.
Are
but
you?
it'll be fun to have our neighbors open and people strolling the streets. And we just have to hope for good weather.
Wow. I mean, what do you love most? Is it the chocolates or the ice cream, or is it all of
it's
it?
so hard.
Hard to decide.
I really like them both, and it's
Mm-hmm.
nice. We always have a variety of things to choose from. You know, there's always something new, like the key lime ice cream or some new chocolates. We've had some high school interns working the past few years, and they each come up with their own chocolate. So then those are new favorites.
Oh, that's a blast.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
so
fun.
it's a lot of fun.
Now, we should say also, if you want more than chocolates, it is a gift shop as well. I mean, you
we
offer
have a gift
lot.
shop. Yeah, we sell mostly chocolates, but we also have a lot of gifts, either chocolate related, ice cream related, or otherwise, just because people love them. Mugs. We sell a lot of, just kind of general gift items.
Yeah. And
T-shirts.
what do you love about this location? Because, I mean, other than it's just beautiful.
Well, you can see out the window. This is what I love about it.
Yeah.
Right? We see the town. We see the people walking by, the bustle, and it's just, we love Ridgefield. We love Main Street. When we opened, we were not out on Main Street, and so we really appreciate it. Once we finally got out here with the people walking by, walking their dogs, and
Ah, look. Sorry, there's a really cute
He's
dog
cute.
walking by. Distracted me.
And even just off to your right, you've got the cooler of drinks, and there's nothing quite like a bottle Coke.
yes, we have the some fun sodas. We don't have, the kind of standard, so we have some blue bubble gum, and then we have the kind of old-fashioned favorites, like root beer, birch beer, cream soda. We try to have all the old-fashioned candies, too. We're just going with the, tin ceilings, and we have Chuckles and Dots and all of those old-fashioned
And I'm
favorites.
so torn as I'm reading the flavors. What flavor would I want of the ice cream? Oh my gosh, there are so many great flavors up on that board.
There's a lot to choose from.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to choose. And we used to have one less freezer, and rotate the flavors. So we probably have 40 at least flavors. But if you didn't have somebody's favorite when they came in, they were disappointed. So we're like, all right, get a new freezer so now we can have all the kinds out at the same time. Toasted coconut is really a popular one if you've never had that one.
Wow.
That's an old Mr. Shane flavor that we've carried on since his retirement, and it's very, very popular.
Wow. And now, is the ice cream seasonal, or do you do that year-round?
We do it year-round. People eat ice cream all the time.
Sometimes you just need ice cream, no matter
Definitely
what time of
more,
year.
more time in the summer, people come and hang out, and we're open till 10, and people sit outside. But during the year, people definitely come in, take a pint or sit and have some ice cream, even though it's colder outside than their ice cream is.
Well, if people are, new to Ridgefield or just want to come down, how can they get more information about you guys?
Well, definitely stop in. We're right here on Main Street. We also have our website. You can call, ask if we can send questions through the website. It's deborahans.com. Or just come in and try a sample. We'd love to see you.
Awesome. Well, Deborah Backus of Deborah Ann's Sweet Shop on Main Street in Ridgefield. This has been so fun. I think we're going to have to take a break so I can eat
gotta
some
eat
more
some more
chocolates.
candy, yeah.
And some more of the ice cream. So you're listening to Coffee Break. We will be back right after this.
Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center. Browse our websites, scapchryslerjeep.com or scapdodge.net to find the new Jeep, Chrysler Dodge car, minivan, or Ram truck you've been looking for. Just 2 miles from both I-95
Healthy, confident smiles begin at Stratford Orthodontics. Conveniently located on Main Street, we are Stratford's hometown orthodontist. We offer the latest in orthodontic technology, including Damon braces and Invisalign. We always accept new patients. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation. 203-375-8332. Stratford Orthodontics, 2499 Main Street, Stratford. 203-375-8332 and online at StratfordSmile.com.
Did you know that taking dance lessons is a great date night idea? Arthur Murray Grand Ballroom of Greenwich is a fabulous place to learn to dance and meet new people. Located at 6 Lewis Street, our studio is staffed with professional instructors ready to teach you salsa, waltz, rumba, hustle, tango. There's a dance for every season. And we are rated #1 on the Knot.com. We are the wedding dance specialists. Take advantage of our new student offer, only $49. Call 203-769-1800. Visit us online at arthurmurraygreenwich.com.
This year, 3,000 Connecticut women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. HRSA Acorn is a proud sponsor of the Komen Connecticut Race for the Cure. Help make an impact in the local fight against breast cancer by joining us on May 9th in Westport at Sherwood Island. With your help, Komen Connecticut invests in local breast cancer programs, helping local women beat breast cancer. Visit KomenCT.org to register, volunteer, or donate today. We race for Connecticut. Why will you race?
HRSA Acorn and HANradio.com.
It's 11:47 on your coffee break on HANradio.com. I'm Kate Japlinski with Josh Fisher, Rob Adams, hanging out at Deborah Ann's Sweet Shop in Ridgefield. Josh, you got to try one of the chocolates. What'd you think?
Delicious.
Amazing, right?
This place has been, I mean, I remember when they opened up, I worked on Main Street throughout college and high school until I came to work for Marty Hersom in that indentured servitude agreement.
Which is
that my
like
parents
getting
signed
free
me
candy
into.
every day. It's like that.
50 more years and I'm free. So it was great, but it was great when Deborah Ann's opened and really filled a void in Ridgefield for this delicious homemade candy. And we're trying some of this chocolate.
Oh my gosh.
I worked for years next to Mr. Shane's, which was down the street over there by Ridgefield Photo. And then they were selling Mr. Shane's ice cream here, and now she's kind of taken over and kept some of the recipes. So it was good. It was fun to watch you guys. I just couldn't wait till you went to commercial so that I got to try some
I
of
know.
this.
Oh, my gosh. The key lime ice cream is amazing. And as we said, that's going to be a special for the spring stroll. So definitely come check
really
that
good.
out.
That's really good.
But what else is going on in the news today, Josh?
Well, when we went to Cooperstown last weekend, I remember the gas at the gas station next to the Shelton office was like $2.35. It was like quite a deal. And we got back on Monday, it was like $2.58. So it's not a surprise, too, to find out this morning that the average retail gasoline prices in Connecticut have risen 9.1 cents per gallon in the past week. Now average $2.68 a gallon. This is as of yesterday, and according to GasBuddy.com's daily survey of 1,540 gas outlets in Connecticut. This compares with the national average that increased 8.2 cents per gallon in the last week to $2.54 a gallon, according to GasBuddy.com. Including the change in gas prices in Connecticut during the past week, prices yesterday were 124.3 cents, or that's $1.24, per gallon lower than the same day 1 year ago, and 21.7 cents per gallon higher than a month ago. The national average has increased 10.7 cents per gallon during the last month and stands $1.16 per gallon lower than this day 1 a year ago. So still some good news as far as if it was compared to last year, but it's inching back up there. We need an election year, I think, to get things back down.
Oh, well, with big deficits still projected for each of the Connecticut state government's next 2 fiscal years, the chances of avoiding tax hikes in the new budget are getting smaller. Leaders of the General Assembly's tax writing panel have said they hope to minimize new taxes on Connecticut corporations this year as politicians and business leaders alike hope for the economy's best year since the Great Recession ended. But they haven't ruled out changes to the sales tax, according to ConnecticutMirror.org. The Finance, Revenue, and Bonding Committee is expected to recommend this week a major overhaul of Connecticut's sales tax, a move that state's chief business lobby warns could damage the economy worse if handled improperly. Bonnie Stewart, tax policy specialist for the Connecticut Business and Industry Association, told the Mirror that when you increase the cost of doing business, you make the state less competitive. The Appropriations Committee, which creates the spending side of the budget, was scheduled to issue its recommendation today for the next fiscal year and for 2016-2017. Meanwhile, the Finance Panel, which must finish its work by Friday, will recommend any revenue changes for the coming biennium. But it is not required to develop a revenue plan that matches the spending suggested by appropriations. Their respective proposals, along with the 2-year budget Governor Daniel P. Malloy proposed on February 18th, all will be under consideration when the administration and legislative leaders begin talks in the coming weeks to negotiate a final budget. The legislature's nonpartisan Office of Fiscal Analysis says state finances, unless adjusted, would run more than $1.3 billion in the red next fiscal year and $1.4 billion in deficit in 2016-17. Josh?
Kate? Do you have any garbage in your car?
A bit. Not as much as you, though. You drove me over.
Gotta keep moving those cars here at Ridgefield to avoid those.
You do.
We felt kind of lazy driving over here, but once parked in a 1-hour parking spot. So, but garbage-filled cars will need a valid permit to drive past the toll gate into Ridgefield's trash transfer station. That's if you have a lot of garbage in your car, not just some wrappers. So starting this Friday, May 1st, the town is warning residents that staff will be out checking cars with drop-off trash at the transfer station for the $20 permits that not enough Ridgefielders have bothered to purchase. Unfortunately, this year, only about half of those who were permitted last year have actually purchased their new permits, the town wrote in an April 8 letter to permit holders. This has caused a cash shortfall, which will make our operation difficult to continue along this path. We will now have to begin verifying the purchase of permits when using the transfer station and recycling facility, the letter stated. Anyone who does not show an actual permit will not be allowed to enter the facility starting Friday. People who have already bought 2014 to 2015 permits don't need to buy another one now. They just need to have the permit with them and show it at the gate. The $20 annual permits may be purchased at Town Hall in the information office weekdays from 8:30 to 4 p.m. The budget for operating the recycling center was built around projected income of about $60,000 from permit sales, but that number has fallen more than $20,000 short. First Selectman Rudy Marconi told the Ridgefield Press. It's too bad, that transfer station used to kind of run on a honor system, and it looks like too many people realized that and have abused it. So
it's too bad. Well, Rob Adams, I know we're a bit
Czaplinski.
late for another look at sports, but go for it.
All right, we'll do it right now. Alex Osberg won the 3,000 meters high school championship race at the Penn Relays on Friday. In a quote, his coach, Tyler Kazmarek, said, "Winning Penn Relays is a huge deal. Not many people can lay claim to that title. Alex has worked incredibly hard for that." He broke the tape in 8:23.95 after making a late surge to hold off Aiden Tooker of Saratoga Springs, New York. So congratulations to Alex Osberg, who has just been one of the most phenomenal runners we've seen around these parts. He and Hannah DeBalzi of Staples have just dominated in one form or another for quite a while. A few other things for you. You heard it and you watched it here on the Hersom Acorn Network as Greenwich beat New Canaan 13-10 at Saturday at Dunning Field in boys lacrosse. Will Perry had 4 goals for the Cardinals, while Michael Kraus had 5 to lead the Rams. And by the way, it was Brian Valeriano, doggone it, who worked the count full and fouled off several pitches. I was dying to say that name again, and that is how Bunnell High battled back to walk off with a 5-4 win over visiting Notre Dame of Fairfield on Sunday. Practice makes perfect, boys and girls. A 4-run rally in the bottom of the 6th lifted Norwalk High to an 8-7 decision over Trumbull on Saturday. That in baseball as well. Norwalk 7-1 on the year. Wilton beat Trinity Catholic 2-1. Pomperog shut out Greenwich 8-0 in softball. Let's move down to that schedule. Baseball today on HANradio.com and the Hersom Acorn Network. But first, Nutmeg Sports, 2 o'clock. Up at Ridgefield. We're going to break this all down. We're going to set it right back up. Kate will host Nutmeg Sports. No, I'm only kidding. Josh and I will be there.
For it.
We would love to have you on and talk a little sports and everything in between. But I'll be up there for Nutmeg Sports later on today. And then Josh and I with the call as Ridgefield takes on New Canaan at 4 o'clock. We'll be on right around 3:50 on HANradio.com, Hersom Acorn Network. Audio, video, we'll give you the whole thing. We also have Norwalk at Greenwich, Trumbull at McMahon, West Hill at Ward, Bassick at Central, Harding is at Staples, Darien at Trinity Catholic, Danbury at St. Joe's, and Stanford at Wilton. From softball, St. Joe's is at Danbury, McMahon at Trumbull, Ward is at West Hill, Wilton at Stanford. It's Bassick home for Central, Staples is at Harding, Ridgefield at New Canaan, Trinity Catholic at Darien, Greenwich at Norwalk. The boys lacrosse, you've got Darien at Ward, and a night game, Ludlow home for Southington. Girls lacrosse, Danbury at Brookfield, Glastonbury at New Canaan. From girls track and field, it's McMahon and Ludlow at Norwalk, West Hill and Trumbull at Danbury, Wilton and Bassick at St. Joe's, Ward, as I meant to say, and Staples are at Ridgefield, Central and Stanford at Greenwich, New Canaan and Harding at Darien. We continue on with boys tennis. Brookfield is at Danbury, Trumbull at West Hill, Ward at Trinity Catholic, McMahon at Norwalk, St. Joe's at Ludlow, Darien at Wilton, Greenwich home for New Canaan, Staples host Stanford, Ridgefield is at Central. To girls tennis, West Hill at Trumbull, Ward home for Trinity, Norwalk at McMahon, Ludlow at St. Joe's, Darien hosting Wilton, Greenwich at New Canaan, Staples at Stanford, Central at Ridgefield, and the Harding-Bassick combo is at Wilcox Tech. Boys golf, plenty of golf matches going on, as in girls golf as well. Plenty of action there as well. But that'll do it for a full sports schedule. And with sports, I'm Rob Adams. Coffee break time, 11:57.
Thanks, Rob. Josh, we have some breaking news from the Ridgefield Press.
Yes, Tony Spinelli just posted this article, and Jake Kara, the managing editor of the Ridgefield Press, passes this along. But an elderly woman who suffered from smoke inhalation and other injuries from the fire Thursday night at Cook Close, where the Casagmo condos are, just down the street from where we are here in Ridgefield on Main Street. She died Sunday at Bridgeport Hospital Burn Unit as the result of her injuries. This is according to Fire Marshal David Lathrop. Lathrop identified the woman as Sandra Reyes, who is 78. Her son, Joseph Reyes, who was also injured in the fire, was upgraded at the burn unit from critical to stable condition. First Selectman Rudy Marconi said, "She was a wonderful person and we're so sorry to have lost her." The woman had been airlifted by helicopter to the burn unit from Danbury Hospital on Thursday night. Her son, who suffered injuries trying to rescue her, was brought by ambulance to Bridgeport Hospital from Danbury Hospital, also overnight. Meanwhile, the fire marshal and other officials are waiting to speak with Joseph Reyes to continue their investigation into the cause of the blaze. The fire was reported at 6:49 p.m. with heavy smoke visible from the street and people inside the burning building. Firefighters went into the building to pull out people who were transported to the hospital. By 7:38 p.m., nearly an hour after the fire was reported, it was under control. The fire was contained to the one unit of the building at Cook Close. A GoFundMe campaign for the family was started by several local residents who are friends of the family. You can find a link to that at theridgefieldpress.com. The family is still working on funeral arrangements for Mrs. Reyes. Coffee break time is 11:59.
Thanks, Josh. Really terrible story. Well, taking one last look at the roads and weather, mainly just some road work to watch out for today. Darien, I-95 southbound between exits 13 and 10. That's in effect today until 2. Also, some road work on I-84 eastbound between exits 3 and 5 in Danbury in effect today until 3:30, and I-84 in Southbury eastbound between exits 14 and 15. Right now, it's still about 54 degrees and fair in Ridgefield. Isolated showers possible afternoon, but chance of precipitation is about 20%. Tonight, some isolated showers before 9, mostly cloudy with the low around 42, so it's going to be a little chilly tonight. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 63. Tuesday night, mostly clear with a low around 41, warming back up on Wednesday with a high near 69. So looking forward to that.
Are you?
I am.
You are?
I really am.
What is that going to mean for Kate Chaplitsky?
All good things. Oh, guys. Well, this has been a fun
It has
coffee
been fun.
break.
We had a little trouble getting started.
Mm-hmm.
But we're learning. We're learning every day, right, Marty? Yes. Every day
is a journey.
Every day is a journey. It's a winding
So
road.
quotable,
Every
that
day is a
Marty
winding
Hearst.
road, exactly.
You know, I would walk 500 miles for you, Marty. I'd walk 500 more.
Well, it's never a bad Monday when you get to try some ice cream and some
No.
chocolates. Last Monday, you guys got to try some beers. Monday's turning into like a fun,
Yeah.
crazy, wild coffee break day.
I'm thinking
We have
it's-
to keep this
Yeah,
going.
it's remote Monday.
Yeah.
What's
I
next?
like that.
Where to next? I say back here. I have no problem with that.
Tweet us if you want us to come to you.
That's a good point. I like that idea.
So Nutmeg Sports at 2 o'clock today.
Right. Right.
First pitch of Ridgefield New Canaan's at 4.
Correct.
You can watch it. You can listen to it. You can follow on Twitter. Everything.
You can do it all.
All right. Cool.
We'll be with you then.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining us for a little ice cream break today. I'm sorry, coffee break.
All right.
Right? On
Have a
810
good
Radio?
have a good afternoon, everyone.